The high school drama between Donald Trump and Ron DeSantis continues as DeSantis orders a police officer to bar Trump supporters from entering a bookstore when they show up to troll him at a book signing. Intrigued? Then click that like and subscribe and enjoy the video. All right, folks, this particular story is so petty and so ridiculous, but we got to talk about it because it's going on with the Republican Party, and that means it's good news for Democrats and really for anybody sane. We've known for some time that there's been drama brewing in the GOP with respect to Donald Trump and Ron DeSantis. For the most part, as far as we know, it's been relatively one-sided. Donald Trump clearly sees Ron DeSantis as a threat to his primacy within the Republican Party, and to some extent, that's a justified opinion. Now, right now, virtually all the polls have Donald Trump ahead of Ron DeSantis in terms of who the GOP would prefer as their nominee for president in 2024, and Ron DeSantis hasn't even officially announced that he's running yet. However, all those polls also indicate that Ron DeSantis is a strong second-place contender, right? So he's really the only competitor that Donald Trump has. And there have been times, particularly last year around the time, I think, of the FBI raid on Mar-a-Lago, where Governor DeSantis has actually surpassed Donald Trump in the polls. So there have been moments where polls show that Republicans prefer somebody like DeSantis, but the tide has shifted back to Trump. But Trump knows that this is flexible, that over time DeSantis could challenge him meaningfully. So Donald Trump, in typical fragile, malignant narcissist fashion, has been constantly trolling him on Troth Central. His advocates like John Jr. and others have been trolling DeSantis as well, and it's basically becoming a bit of a slap fight. DeSantis, for the most part, is shrewd enough to know that he doesn't have really the charisma or the personal combative style to do well against Donald Trump in that sort of engagement. So he's basically, for the most part, just not engaged, right? As a matter of fact, in one recent press conference, he was asked about it, and DeSantis kind of shut down the question. He was like, look, I don't spend my time smearing other Republicans, and then he quickly pivoted, okay? But now we're starting to see some evidence that perhaps DeSantis is starting to get fed up with it. And so for the context here, DeSantis has recently dropped a book. He apparently wrote a book, which is ironic because in Florida, all he's been doing is banning books left, right, and center. He wants to make libraries as empty as possible. But he wrote a book called Courage to Be Free, which again is ironic because this man has some very strong fascistic instincts. We've covered it in other videos, how he's banning or proposing the banning of certain, college or high school courses that he deems to be too woke. He's trying to put every public school in Florida under the command of political appointees who would determine curriculum and classes and things like that. So again, ironically titled. But anyway, DeSantis wrote a book, and he was in a bookstore in, I think it was Leesburg, Virginia, on tour doing a book signing. Which is, again, ironic because you don't expect many DeSantis or Trump supporters to really be interested in reading. I assume it has many pictures. I'm sure it's well illustrated. But yeah, so that's the stage for it, okay? Well, here's the video. Here's what happened. So Trump supporters, who again, right, we're starting to see this internal schism between DeSantis supporters and Trump supporters, and it's ever widening, mostly thanks to Trump. Well, they show up to troll Ron DeSantis. They're decked out in Trump gear. They're showing Trump, 2024 signs, and they are stopped by a police officer from entering the bookstore where Governor DeSantis is. And so let's play the clip. It's about 20 seconds long because it's fascinating.
And they were in that line with them to meet the president? Yes. Why? Because
of what you're wearing?
Because they told me to say anybody wearing Trump has to go right now.
We should put
during the signing.
Free speech.
During the signing.
Free speech.
Okay, I'm sorry, guys. I have to call LPD now.
That's fine.
Thank you.
There you go. That's all right.
Well, as you can see from the call-outs that police officer got, the response, the Trump supporters are correctly noting the irony that Ron DeSantis, who pitches himself as much of a free speech, if not more of a free speech warrior than Donald Trump himself is, he is weaponizing the police force, law enforcement, to keep out his critics because he's afraid of being trolled. This, of course, also underscores a recurring theme within the GOP that we've talked about again and again and again, and we'll talk about it again and again and again, I'm sure, because it's very important. It's not going to go away. No Republican is a free speech absolutist. No Republican enjoys free speech when it is used against them, when people use free speech to criticize them. They have no patience for it. They have no interest in it. And they'll do everything in their power to silence it. And Ron DeSantis is no exception. So this is fascinating, and we on the left should celebrate this and encourage it, and hopefully we will see more of it. Hopefully, once this thing goes viral and it comes to the attention of Donald Trump, hopefully this will be the match that lights a political powder keg, and we'll see a full-on escalation between Trump and DeSantis, because again, that's only good for the Democratic Party. Hey you! Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, and I hope that you did, please hit the like and subscribe buttons below. And if you absolutely hated the video, the best revenge for you is also to hit the like and subscribe buttons below. That'll teach me. If you want to share an opinion or share some feedback, go ahead and leave a comment, all right? 2023 is a year of change, hence the aggressive rebrand and commitment to new content. Inspired by my friends Luke Beasley and STV Philly, my personal goal for this channel is to hit 40,000 subscribers by the end of the year. So I'm hoping you'll do me a solid by spreading the word and the videos to potential fans and hate watchers alike. And in the meantime, we'll be pondering politics again with you very soon.